Yeah, I've got experience doing precision ag work for the last 10 years for a retail ag company here in Michigan. Prior to that, I have experience with university extension work, working with farmers one-on-one on different practices. And I have also worked in research for a couple years with the USDA, doing environmental, manure, and other research topics throughout the country. So, and my educational background is a master's degree in soil science and an undergraduate degree in chemistry. So I've been working in agriculture for the last 15 or so years. I would say it is. The question always comes up of, I'm frustrated because I'm a legacy conservationist and I'm now locked out of these carbon programs. Is it worth even looking at them? And I've come to the conclusion that it's important to look at these programs, look at the details and specifics of these programs. A lot of times the language of some of these programs don't lock out legacy conservationists. And so being open to at least look at the programs and see the information that's out there might show opportunities for you in the future or even currently to participate in these programs. So again, I would always encourage growers to look at these programs, look at the details, talk with representatives of them, and don't just disqualify yourself out of the gate, assuming that you don't qualify. Because like I said, there's opportunities for you in some of these programs, and these programs are evolving. And so right now, if the answer is no, that you don't qualify, again, stay engaged, because in the future, I could really see opportunities for legacy conservationists or early adopters to participate in the carbon market. Yeah, that's a great question. The intuition or the instinct is to maybe say, I didn't get help or I didn't get assistance with making some of these changes myself. Why should I spend the time or the energy to assist other growers? My response is that, in agriculture, we're working towards something here to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, to make our enterprise more carbon neutral. And so by providing mentorship or even assistance to growers that are looking to adopt these practices, you're cementing your own legacy as a pioneer in the regenerative agriculture industry, but also you're assisting agriculture as a whole in keeping these investment dollars into agriculture instead of having them maybe be funneled into another industry. So again, there's a couple really good reasons why that this your assistance or your mentorship in these programs would really be beneficial for agriculture. Lastly, I would say there's also opportunities in some of these programs as an ambassador or a mentor that you may be financially incentivized to do that, to aid your local growers near you, your neighbors, local farmers, to make these adoptions of conservation practices. And so if you don't directly qualify for some of these programs out of the gate, you might qualify for financial incentives to be an ambassador or a mentor to other farmers. Yeah, that's a great question. The future of carbon markets is wide open, right? It's constantly evolving, growing. We're seeing the demand for carbon credits increase constantly. And so the opportunities are going to be out there in the future for even people that were early adopters of some of these practices to maybe continue to evolve their own practices, maybe participate in the programs through other practices and methods. And so the opportunities are there. I really encourage legacy conservationists or early adopters to stay engaged, right? Don't assume you don't qualify. Don't discredit the markets out of hand. Stay engaged. See how these markets are going to evolve and grow. As I said, the demand is going to continue to increase. And so these programs are going to be looking to widen their base of growers that qualify for their programs. So again, this is an opportunity. If you don't qualify today, the future might look vastly different. And so you want to be staying engaged and stay vocal about what you see these markets going towards, opportunities you see that these markets could include you, And lastly, I say that the biggest part is be prepared, right? We work with growers that are looking at making these adoption practices and seeing how they qualify. Good record keeping goes a long way in order to be able to understand, where you qualify, where you don't. The data is going to be very, very valuable in the future. So having tight record keeping, keeping track of your operation through different aspects, fuel usage, all sorts of other aspects that maybe aren't intuitive to you to keep track of, are going to be very valuable in the future in order to qualify you for additional practices.